Hi everybody, welcome back to Small Caliber Arms Review. I'm Richard, and today we're going to take a look at what is possibly going to be my replacement CCW firearm. This, in this little plastic box here, is a SigSauer P365XL. Let's open it up and take a peek at it. Okay, here's the little plastic box from Sig. We'll get it opened up. And there it is. Inside it is the SigSauer P365XL. Does not stand for extra large. It's the X series, the L model, I guess it's longer. It's a little bit different than the regular P365. It's got a little bit of extended beaver tail on there. It's got a little bit longer barrel, a little bit longer in the grip. And this is a 12 round. It comes with two 12 round magazines. They are both empty. As you can see, the chamber flag's out of it, so I've already had it out of the box, checked it out. Cleaned it, made sure everything is good to go. It has a flat trigger on it, and it's a 90-degree flat trigger. So when it gets to 90 degrees, there's where it's going to break at. So it's really comfortable. It's got a 3.7-inch carbon steel barrel in it. It is 6.6 inches length overall on it. It weighs 20.7 ounces, and it has a nitron-coated stainless steel slide on there, so you don't get any, hookies on it or whatever. X-ray 3 night sights on it. These are a Tritium night sight, and they do glow in the dark. So it's pretty much top of the line right out of the box. It is cut on the top of the slide there for a Romeo red dot to go on there. You lose your back sight when you change it out, but that's your trade-off on it. I did not get that. You can buy it with it already on there. I like 3-dot sight systems, so I'm going to keep this one on there. Inside the box, not only do you have the firearm, the two magazines, and the everything itself, the chamber flag stuff. Here's your paperwork in here. You're going to come with a lock. It's going to have some SigSauer oil in there. That's made by, it's called Spec 1 Premium Blend. It's made by SLP, I believe it is. You got your paperwork in here. You've got your owner's manual. You've got a SigSauer sticker. You've got an offer for, if you join the USCCA, to get a free Romeo Zero red dot on there. A little bit of information about it, some different accessories. You can get a holster, some ammo, light, a laser, all that kind of good stuff. A warning for you California residents. Congratulations on your purchase. A little bit about information about the different SIG ammo, offer to join the NRA, and this is the information about the Spec 1 lubricant on there. We'll get all this put back in the box. We'll take a little bit closer look at the firearm itself and check it out. Okay, a little closer look at it. Now, I did get the one with no safety on it. It does have a ambidextrous magazine release in there. You can swap it over the other side there. I did not want the one with the safety on it. You've got your slide lock right there, and you've got your takedown lever right there. Takedown on this thing is really a piece of cake. Go ahead and slide your slide all the way back, push your slide lock up, take your takedown lever, roll that thing down, and then pull your slide back. Your slide lock will release and pull the slide right off the top of it. It is a captive unit on the spring, so you don't have to worry about parts and pieces going flying everywhere. Pull your barrel out. Now you can get in there and really clean this thing up. It does not have a polished feed ramp on it. It's got their coating on there, so it's still nice and smooth and slick and everything. Like I said, it is a carbon steel barrel on there, and the coated stainless steel slide on there. There's your two holes right there. If you're going to put the red dot on it, you got to take those two screws out. And in the case, I forgot to show it, there is an Allen wrench in there for that purpose. But like I said, I'm not a big fan of red dots. I'm just so used to the 3-dot system. You got to put it back together, drop your barrel back down in there. You got two ends on your recoil spring and guide rod. The one with the painted end on there is a little bit bigger, so that one's going to go up against your lug. The smaller end goes in that area right there. Give it a little push and snap it down right behind the lug there. To put it back on, all you got to do is slide it right back on the frame. Go ahead and when you push this up to lock the slide back, your takedown lever will release and go back into the correct position there. Watch your fingers there. I've done it a couple times already, and I pinched my thumb just a little bit, so just be careful with that. And there it is. It's all put back together. It does have last round hold open on it, so when you fired your last round, the slide should lock back. And it's just a really comfortable feeling gun, that's for sure. Once you put a loaded magazine in it, you can either hit your slide release down there, or if you've got a loaded round in there, you can pull your slide back, let it go, and it will chamber round in there. We're going to go ahead and get this thing loaded up. Now this, I got a deal on this one at my local gun store. It's a pretty pricey gun. I think the MSRP on it's somewhere around 700 bucks, and it's kind of pricey for a little gun like this, but they're really well-made guns. It does come with the 2 magazines, and they had an offer. If you bought it, it was on sale for 100 bucks less. So I paid $5.99 for it. It did come with a box of SigSauer, their Elite Performance ammunition, or you could have got a 15-round magazine. I put the 15-round magazine in there. I did not like the way it looked down here in the end. It was kind of smaller and extended out a little bit just for 3 more rounds. It just didn't appear comfortable to me. It didn't feel comfortable to me. I liked having it flush with the bottom on there. I was hoping it would just have an extended pinky rest, but it did not. So I opted for the ammo, which is pretty pricey in its own. So then these are a good self-defense round. They are a jacketed hollow point. So I thought, let's go with those anyways, because if I'm going to carry this, I don't want to carry it with, just regular ball ammo in it. I want to carry it with a good self-defense round. So we're going to get this thing put back in the case, and I'm going to pair it up with a Versa Carry Compound Gen 2 Deluxe inside the waistband holster. Now this is specifically made for the 365 and the 365XL. It's a little snug. Now, if some of you know, I do make my own holsters and stuff. I opted not to make one for this. I do like the looks of these Versa Carry holsters. They are buffalo leather on there, water buffalo, and this is a hybrid one, so it's kind of like a mix between a leather and a Kydex. It has what appears to be a carbon fiber inside there, which is actually, I believe, a printed Kydex. So that gives it its rigidity and able to hold its shape. Even when you've got it inside the waistband, your belt is probably not going to crush it. So reholstering it, it'll hold open and make it easy to slide back in there. The little clip there goes over top of your belt. The rest of it goes inside your waistband of your pants. A little sweat shield on it right there, and it's just a good looking holster, I think. It's kind of a shame that it's inside the waistband because you can't show off all this fancy design and everything. They do make outside the waistbands. I just wanted an inside the waistband so I could pair it up with my Core Essentials leather belt and get it out on the range and give it a few shots. All right, everybody, we're out here at the saloon with the SIG P365. I do have 1 magazine loaded up already with some Perfecta 9mm Luger, and they are extremely tough magazines to load, I can tell you that. But I've got 2 targets set up there, actually 3. I've got 2 silhouette targets set up, one at 7 yards and one at 15 yards. And then I've got one of these smaller targets up there on the 7 yard, and we're going to use the Caldwell Matrix, take a couple shots here from the bar top into that to see how it does for accuracy. So that'll actually put me back about 10 yards from the front of the saloon to that target, or from where I'm going to have the Matrix set up to there. And we'll check it for accuracy. Me shooting offhand doesn't really let you know anything about how accurate the gun is, just how well I can shoot, which is not always that great. But the 7 yard and the 15 yard silhouette targets, and I got a steel target up there at 15 yards. We're probably going to run through all 50 rounds of this Luger, the Perfecta 9mm Luger, 115 grain, which is the same weight as the SIG ammunition I got with the purchase of the firearm, except these are just round nose, full metal jacket, ball ammo, whatever you want to call it. And that's good practice ammo. You need to check and see if it's going to fire with the ammo that you're going to carry, which it should. It's a SIG gun, it's SIG ammo. I'm pretty sure they paired it up properly. Anyways, let's get this other magazine loaded up. I've got it still in the firearm. The firearm is clear. I didn't load anything while I was transporting it out here to the saloon. And like I said, these are extremely tough to load, and they usually will loosen up a little bit over time. So, I mean, it can be expected to have a pretty stiff magazine. They are 12 rounders, double stacks, and which is kind of weird too, because you look at the magazine, you look at the grip on the firearm, it almost looks like the magazine is wider than the grip itself, but that just can't happen. It's so narrow and comfortable in the hand. It's really, I like it. That's why I said I think this might actually replace my usual everyday concealed carry firearm. Give them a little tap every now and then. This is one that I would definitely recommend getting you one of those Up-Lulas or some kind of magazine loading assisting devices, because really when you get down to 8, 9, 10, it gets pretty tough. Anyways, I'll get it loaded up and then get on the line. Okay, I've got the Caldwell Matrix set up here on the bar top, and this is going to be about 10 yards. I'm going to shoot for that smaller little little round target I got up there for accuracy. And we'll see how it does. I'm only going to fire 5 shots at it, and it's going to take me a second to get used to where this thing's hitting and everything. And trust me, loading that 12th round in this thing was a bear. But now I've got one in the chamber. I got my finger off the trigger. There is no safety on this gun, which is kind of the way I like my CCWs. And we'll give it a try, see how it does. It's got a nice little kick to it, that's for sure. Okay, there's 5 shots, and like I said, I do not have a safety on this thing, so we're going to go ahead and clear it, put that round back in there, put the magazine back in the firearm. I'm not going to chamber one in it, but I'm going to go ahead and holster it, and then we'll go take a look at those 5 shots and see how they did. Okay, right there, that was actually my first shot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not terrible. I don't have it locked in a vise, just resting it on there, and that's pretty good, 10 yards away. Let's go ahead and do some rapid fires. See, this is a 12 rounder. I got a couple left in there, so let's do some center mass right here at this silhouette target. All right, 7 yards, center mass. That's it. Magazine locks open on last round, which is what it's supposed to do, and that didn't do too bad either. Not super fast firing, but just steady firing, and pretty good group there, I think anyways. Might be a little difficult to see because of the holes in the background there, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No bullet tumbling, nice round holes punched in there. And it looks like it might be just a little bit low. I got one flyer up there, but still, that's nothing outside of the 9 ring in there. 3 in the 10 ring, 1 in the bolt, 4, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's a good center mass, that's for sure anyways. Let's try it at the 15-yard silhouette target. Okay, another 12 rounds of the Perfecta. Got one chambered, 15 yards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I did better on that one at 15 yards than I did on the 7-yard target. Let's go ahead and ring some steel with this thing. Okay, again, sorry about the silhouette, but my steel target is right there, 15 yards away. I've got 12 more rounds. I got to keep remembering that. 12 rounds in this thing, not 10. 12 rounds of 9mm Perfecta in there. We're going to take 12 shots at that steel target, semi-rapid fire, and see how it does. When you go ahead and load one in here, you need to make sure that magazine is all the way in there. I did not do that, so that's my fault right there. It's not the firearm's fault, that's for sure. Make sure it clicks all the way in there. We sure make some steel dance, that's for sure. And I'm pretty sure I hit all 12 of them on there. It's a pretty good little gun. Great shooting gun, that's for sure. All right, I've got 2 magazines here, both loaded up with 4 rounds each. And yes, I did not bring my mag pouch with me, so got it in my back pocket there. This time I make sure it's shoved all the way up in there, and there's 2 ways to release the slide, either with the slide release here or just pull it back and let it drop. We're gonna do a little mag change thing here. I kind of like doing that. I did miss one of the steel targets. I think it was my first shot there, but mag changes are pretty easy, and again, they'd be easier with a mag pouch too, but I kind of like the thing, that's for sure. All right, I've only got 6 rounds of the Perfecta left, so what we're going to do is put 3 in each one of these, and we're going to do 3 headshots at each one of the silhouette targets, and then that'll pretty much be it for this session with the SigSauer P365XL. It's a little bit pricey, I think. but I think it's well worth it. It's I mean, there's firearms out there that are higher end and better quality, and I typically do a lot of, you know, lower budget guns anyway. It's not terrible guns, but I mean, they're reliable and everything, but sometimes it's worth paying a little bit more to get a good quality gun. And especially if you're only going to buy one for concealed carry, this is not a bad choice whatsoever. It is a great size. It's got a pretty nice long sight radius on it, with it being, what I say, 6.6 inches long or 6.1, whatever it is. It's got over a 5-inch sight radius on it, so that makes it easier to get lined up on your target. When you've got a short sight radius, your accuracy is going to suffer. The longer the sight radius, the better it is, especially with like a rifle. Of course, you've got a really long sight radius on those, so you can get better accuracy at longer distances. This one's not bad whatsoever. It's a good concealed carry firearm, I think anyways. Top quality. It's just a great gun. Anyways, let's do those 3 headshots on each of the silhouette targets. Yeah, I missed one of those. Maybe 2. Anyways, let's take a look at them real quick. All right, my 3 shots at the 7-yard target. 1 in the neck and 2 right there in the kisser. Let's go look at the 15-yard. Maybe let's not look at the 15-yard. 1 there, and that was my first shot at of the 3 headshots. I did much better down there anyways. Anyways, thanks for taking a look at the SigSauer P365XL. This is, to me, is a great little gun. And had I taken more time, I would have done better, I'm sure. But, you know, it's that's me. That's not the gun itself. Anyways, if you could, hit this button up here to check out some of my other videos. Hit this button right here to subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for taking a look at the SigSauer P365XL.